God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. John 1, verse 25.
All right, Grand Rising, great day. Good morning to each and every one of you on this great Wednesday, the 22nd of October. Welcome to the MacMan Morning Show, each and every one of you that have given us this opportunity to be with you on this morning. We have not gotten the StreamYard issue rectified. It's really putting a real damper. It's really causing a little confusion. We're unable to use our features that we have paid for. I don't know what's going on. I got no indication from them. They're saying that all that they're saying is that they worked on it. Welcome to the MacMan Morning Show each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 a.m. on the East Coast, right here on Mac Media 3, Mac Media 3 Productions. Welcome to all of our listeners on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial, and also WRFU 104.5 FM in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois. Champaign, Illinois. We'd like to welcome all of you. Good morning to all of you that are here. Deacon Alvin Moore, to Sharon Reed, and to Apostle Anthony Reed. I'm praying for all of you. I know that Apostle Reed has some health challenges, and we're praying for him. Good morning to Diane Black and her wonderful father. Diane, I tell you, they got a wonderful commercial with you and Reginald Jackson. I'm just proud of you all, what the job that you're doing. They're going to be out this weekend. Diane Black's crew, people, they're getting ready to get the vote out for November the 4th. I'd like to say good morning to all of our candidates, all of our people that we support. Of course, Miss Crosby, Justin Crosby, and like I said, Reginald Jackson and Diane Black. We like to say good morning to them. Also to Priscilla Williams Teal, who is the candidate for, wait a minute, she's a candidate for the nomination, for the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate here in Mississippi. We'd like to say hi to all of them. These are very important. These are very important elections. These are very important times that we live, that we need to get busy with action. Please don't take it lightly, folks, when we tell you that it's so important that you vote in all elections. I mean, all elections. Here in this region, they're having various elections from alderman to mayor and state rep, state senate, in various locations, like in Tennessee and certain places. They got elections somewhere all over the country. Somewhere, please vote, folks, for the people that are going to stand up for you. Please, please know who you're voting for. Please know who will be standing up and being your voice. I'm just asking. That's all I'm doing. I'm just asking. Please, ma'am, please, sir, get out and vote. Listen, we were looking at, it's almost been over 3 weeks. I guess it's three. Is it three almost? The government is still shut down. There's some information that was given to me about people's benefits. Some people were asking, Miss Mack, had you heard anything, or is there anything that you have come across? The only thing that I came across is if this shutdown goes into the next month, that certain benefits are going to be delayed. Not Social Security. I had not heard that. And Social Security is a totally different system. Even though Elon Musk got all the information out of there, I don't know what he was doing there, why they let him in there. You haven't heard anything else about him. He's been real quiet because there's a lot of things that are going on, a lot of things behind the scenes that are going on. They're really trying, the Republican Party and the racist people of this country, whether they like to be called it or not, they are trying to take away the rights of the people. Now, I don't believe it's going to happen, but then, we always talking about it. These people they're nobodies. And I'm going to say it again, scared, coward, nobodies. They're nobodies. Let me say it again. They are nobodies. Anytime you try to oppress anybody or you make us think that we got to bow down, I'm not bowing down to nobody. Still going to eat. The Lord going to make a way somehow. Okay? I believe that. He didn't bring me here to suffer. He didn't bring me here to be dragging in the streets and all this stuff, starving and carrying on. No, that's not how God works. Then you might say, well, Mr. Mack, why are people so? I don't know. That's not my. I don't know why people are in the situations or what the things that are happening, but we're in survival mode. If you don't think that we're in survival mode, keep living. There are thousands and hundreds of thousands of people right now that are not getting a paycheck. They are out of work in the government, work for the system, the Social Security offices, and many other offices have consolidated into one place. They've closed, and there's an alert. Of course, most people have known that they closed the federal building where Social Security is housed. They closed it in Clarksville. You're going to have to go to Batesville to get the services that you need. And it's just a big inconvenience and a headache that now, out of all this time, a man is trying to protect all of his dirty secrets, which they're getting ready to, because they're going to come out. They've even canceled Congress so that they will not allow the 218th person to sign the petition for their. As soon as they get 218 people, they got to bring it up for a vote. And what is that? To subpoena, and they want them filed. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, it's no secret. We know that he's a pedophile, and anybody that don't like it, that's your business. You know he's a monster. There are people in the churches that are rooting and saying that this man's the best thing since sliced bread and Jesus, which is an abomination and blasphemy. That man ain't no near the holiness Jesus or nothing else. He ain't even thinking about anybody but himself. He has to have something evil within inside of him. How do you go to sleep at night knowing that you say that there's no money, yet you're building a $250 million ballroom onto the wall? What is that serving? You took the Rose Garden that's been there forever. You took the Rose Garden that was there forever, and you turned it into a patio disco or something. I don't know what you excuse me. I have no idea what they're calling. Yet people are still fighting for justice. They're fighting. We got to fight the police. We got to fight the National Guard. We got to fight the racists here. It's bad. And then on top of that, we got to go to the store. We got to grocery shop. We got to keep the kids fed. We got to do this. We got to do that. We're in survival mode. If there's no government, if the government is shut down, that means that places that have Contracts are shut down because why? There's no money to be paid for those programs. Even if they've been allotted, they're food programs that really helps a lot of people that are closed down this morning because there's no money or the money's not available. Now you might say to me, you say, well, why are the Democrats doing this? That's a lie. It's not them doing anything. Listen, folks, you rather for the Democrats to be out of there. Don't for you. We don't have to be forced to do anything. To take away the health, come back and take the health care away from hundreds of millions of people. I forgive me for exaggerating a little bit, but from millions of people that depend on it. My mom, people, my brothers and sisters, nieces and that, all of our folks depend upon this. And they say, we're going to come on back so we can take this away. It's a form of genocide. We do have an older population. We got population that's growing. And I don't know what it is, but you're trying to kill people. Don't y'all know that this man is trying to take us out as quick as he can, and as he would? They get free health care. They got the best health care anywhere. Congress has it. Why in the world do we send them and they get the benefits we can't even get? That sounds retarded to me. I'm just going to say, we send you got the best health care, the best benefits, the best money and everything. You're supposed to be representing us, but we can't even reach you. Some legislators say that, oh, it ain't the money, it ain't. Well, what is it that make you to hold on to a seat destroying people's lives? What is it that got you keep going down there running for election if it ain't no benefit in it? Because you're not doing anything to help the community or help anybody. What good are you? What are you there for? Look at all of these streets that are raggedy. Look at these people that are hungry. Look at the people that are out of work. And yet you go and say, I'm advocating for the people. I'm advocating for the people. Roger Wicker, I'm advocating for the people. All of the Republican delegations, we advocate. How the hell are you advocating for the people and the people are suffering right now? Schools are suffering. What's going on? When is this food? When are we going to stop this? And when are we going to get together and stop this? Sisters and brothers, ladies and gentlemen, I might not have all of the answers 14 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. I don't have all the answers. I don't have the answers, period. But I do know that hard times are coming. And if you don't believe hard times, all you got to do is go to the store. You can barely buy groceries. Gas prices are going to, I'm telling you, things are going, yeah, they're happening. But then you ask yourself this question, why? Why is a certain segment of society living better than another? Why are people of color always thrown into the ghettos or whatever the case may be? We get the leftovers and we get the nothings. I hope y'all hear me this morning. Forgive me for not having all the bells and whistles together. But thank you for everybody that's joining us. Good morning to all of you, Pam, and everybody. Hey, y'all, I see you. What are we going to do? I try to advocate as best as I know how through the medium of broadcasting to get the word out to people. It should not be, the alarm has been sounded. And if you have not heard it, something is terribly wrong somewhere with you. If you don't see what's going on and what's now, it's not a matter of seeing what's going on. Now we got to do something about it. You might have to help your neighbor. Your neighbor might be out of work. Evictions are going to go up because people don't have the money. They don't have the money, folks. They don't have the income. You can't manage that you don't have. You can't make it off of 725. That's still the national Is it? Yeah, it's still the national minimum wage. That's in 2025, 7.25. Not $8, 7.25, not 7.50, 7.25, not 7.75, 7.25. How are people supposed to survive? We've heard Dr. King, we've heard Jesse Jackson, we've heard all these leaders, and they're gone or they're not able to advocate anymore. Where are our leaders? Can we look to the church? They got mad at me the other day, and I don't care about nobody getting mad. They can say what they want to say. That's all right. Somebody got a little upset because I said something about the Winans guy. Now, let me go a little further then. I just want to get this out of the way for the peanut gallery. You can't say nothing about church and you don't know you're getting, no, I ain't going to go there. The man called for a line of people. He said, those of you got $2,000, y'all stand up. And so forth. He called all the line till he got down to the nickels and the quarters that he really wasn't concerned about. It was the big money. So folks started calling in. I saw all of the tape of the giving, the extended version. And I'm against it anyway. I would rather for them to put the basket at the back and say, whosoever will, if you give a free offering, give it. Why do you have to make people feel horrible about giving their money? Then you get mad about their money, that they're giving their money. It ain't yours. So what? It was $1,200 and she might have got into the line at the wrong time. All you had to do, I ain't got no compassion or nothing. Even if that's how if you talk to your members like that, I hate that. You ain't got to play with me like that. You're not going to play with me and talk to me any kind of way. I guarantee, I don't care who you are. I'm not going to allow it. I would depart myself from you before. I don't have time for you. We don't know how to talk to each other. We think that, and they think they Lord and Master. This man thought he was Lord and Master. Talking about the person that brought 1,200 hard-earned dollars to the church for their building that they've been building on forever and dumped all that money, ego and pride on 8th Mile. Talking about he building a tabernacle for $5,000. Don't he know that the mega churches is going out of business? I saw Bellevue Baptist Church morning service or whatever it was. And usually the Southern Baptist is full. It was empty. According to what I saw, seats was empty. People are tired of getting robbed by the church. It's all about money. Ain't nobody talking about deliverance. Ain't nobody talking about how we can we band together about this thing that's getting ready to come? Oh no. He said that 1,200, you didn't do what I tell you. I'd have took my money. He had the envelope. He didn't turn that money loose. I'd have took my, say, give it here. I beg your pardon, Pastor. Okay, let me do the right thing. I wouldn't have gave him nothing and shook the dust from my feet and not come back there again. It's a shame that you can't get through church. All these things that are going on, and the one place that we depend upon to help us through all of the madness and all of the craziness and all the things that we go through. Well, one day we come to worship and to praise God, and here we go, we steal you in our pockets. What is it about money that just freaks a preacher out or freaks somebody out, or they just feel, how much is it going to take for you to sit down and shut up and preach the word and stop talking about money? Yeah. Advocate for justice and equality, but we always talking about money. They put a new doorknob on the church, and even if you put a new one on there, it's for vanity's sake. What is he going to do with that big building on 8th Mile? What are you going to do with it? You know how much it's going to cost to run that building? The wires, the power, the electricity to a building of that magnitude, how much it's going to cost to maintain? And you call yourself saying it's unto God. I'm building God. God don't need us to build him no house. And anything that we build is like a paper house because God owns everything. Don't y'all understand that God owns everything? I don't care if you shut off this channel. We always can. God is, and it's just, it puzzles me that there are no black leaders. There's nobody. We shouldn't be in this situation. And the few black leaders that are standing up, y'all turn your back on them. The few people that are fighting and advocating for the people, the state reps and the state senators, and the people that really fighting for the people, they get the hard time, just like Kobe Chapman. Harvey, Illinois, the next mayor of Harvey, Illinois. You get ready to elect her because this man, Mr. Clark, the mayor of Harvey, the one that got my account taken away from him because one of his relatives, I had one of his relatives as a client, and they said, "You talking about my relative? I got to pull my commercial." Well, pull it. It ain't gonna bother me. He's a crook. Let's tell you about these ladies. And this is just one municipality ran by folks that look like us. This man got up there and told these people that he was in destitute by the city is in destitute. We knew that it was because you took the money. Now, over time, his salary was $50,000. It increased to $138,000 over time. What in the world is that man doing that he needs $138,000 for a raggedy city that it is? Because they left white flight left, they left everything, and they got one white alderman down there. Always an old white person that always talking about our way of life, and y'all took away something, and they dying. They can't reproduce. They can't do nothing, so they evil. And all they mad about everything. It's black people fault. It ain't no black people fault. It's them white folks that left you. They left you behind. They didn't want you. And ain't nothing wrong. We got to live too. We got to make it too. It's more abandoned houses and abandoned buildings. It shouldn't be. They ought to take these abandoned buildings, make some affordable buildings for them. Now, everybody that's homeless, everybody that's out there in the street may not receive the help. They may not want the help. Okay, there are people like that. There are people that need the institution. Because they're out on the street and in the jail, y'all thinking that they're criminals and they're mentally ill or they need some services. All those apartment buildings and all of these houses in various communities, instead of fixing them up and allowing them to more than likely go back on the tax roll, they keep them abandoned and raggedy, and they are eyesore to the community. Keep the black community as raggedy as possible. Tell me I'm lying. All you got to do is go to the south side of Chicago. I tell you where to go. I take you far south. Hit 111th Street. Just 111th Street. Now I want you to start from, where do I want you to start from? Start from Ashland and 111th. Oh, let's go Vincennes and 111th and go east and just look. Look up and down the street. Take that whole loop that they have and go to 115th Street. That means you're going to make that circle. Look around you. Look in the community. Drive up Michigan Avenue from, just say, 119th Street to 95th Street. Look out the windows and look around and tell me what you see. Tell me all the old raggedy stores and all the old raggedy stuff that they left behind, saying, "Oh, well, we left y'all the buildings and the houses." Look around the schoolyards. Look on the corners. Look around your community and see what was. Can somebody tell me what's happening? The apartment buildings, you got these little girls up in here with these apartments, got these people up in these apartments, and they just running dope out of them, doing everything that they want to do. And nobody said, now see, when nobody does anything, it's intentional. What's going on in your neighborhood? What's going around? What's going on that hadn't been going on around your house? The politician can't solve your house problem. They can't come in and raise your children. They can't do anything. They supposed to try to make things better for the citizens. And I'm not blaming them per se because they only one person and they can only do so much. You can only do so much. But when you got crooks and people that don't want their own people to make, don't you know that people are being paid off to make sure that you stay as broke as possible, sick as possible, possibly to die? They rather for us to die because they said that there's too many people in the population. So what do they call it? They call it genocide. If I break you down, make sure you hungry, make dry you nuts, eventually you're gonna die. If I put enough dope out there, if I do enough stuff, or do enough stuff out there to get you to do whatever they want us to literally die. But I tell you, and I got something to say, and let me explain something to everybody. Brother Lee is, I hadn't had a chance to get his hookup in. They will not allow me to bring in anybody or anything. It's just, I don't know what it is, but we can't get anybody in. And if you're listening to us and it sounds kind of funny, you ain't heard a commercial all week. Well, it's not our fault. StreamYard has done something to, I don't know what is going on. We got to find another streaming service, and that's what I'm working on. We have preserved all of our commercials, all of our pictures, all of our graphs that we have preserved them, and it's going to be all right. It's a challenge. I remember once I didn't even know we were going to come on the air or anything because they messed us up so. Then when you get situations done, here come another week of problems. So we're not going to worry about that. We'll take care of that administrative wise. I want to say hey to wait a minute, to Cheryl and James Brand of South Carolina. We want to say hello to Tyran Dixon. We want to say hello to you, sir. Wonderful athlete, wonderful professional athlete, taking up his cause, not only for himself, but for other people. Listen, folks, we still got segregation rate. We still have a racist element, and it's a big racist element now more than ever in our police departments. There are two sets of justices, one for black, one for white. Anybody tell you anything else is a lie. There's two. Black people are going to get a certain level of justice and a certain level of procedure in the courtroom, and it's done every day. And white people get treated differently also. They get treated differently in arrest. They get treated differently in court. They even get treated differently in jail. I have seen it when I was in for a traffic violation and a minor scrape with the white police officer that trumped the charges of. I sat there until they came and got me. I sat there and I saw the abuse of people that look like me. We abusing. How could you abuse folks that are under your? I know you got to keep order. I know you got to keep things going and everything. But what I mean is the abuse and the neglect and if you go, let me say that this is why the people of Tennessee and Memphis do not want to come over the state line because of a place called Parchman Prison. And Parchman Prison is the most horrific place for anybody to be even kept. Dog, cat, rat, possum, a buzzard. I'd feel bad for a buzzard if it stayed in there. That's how bad it is. I know people have committed crime. I know people that have to pay. They have to pay for their crimes that they've done against the law. Yes, but there is a human element. You ain't got to treat people like that unless you're just going to take them out or whatever the case. I don't know. But why do people have to be treated that way? Look at the incarcerations and look and see who's in jail other than those Hispanics that just got caught up by the ICE agent. Mm-hmm. What are they going to do? Now that ICE has gone over into Chinatowns, going after those people that sell them bad purses y'all buy. I'm sorry, no offense to that. In New York City, they say we're going to stop everything. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, at the 9:30 hour, right now, it's 30 minutes after the hour of 9 in the Central Time Zone in the AM. But you know, I'm not saying what we're going to do. We just got to prepare ourselves. We got to prepare ourselves. What are we doing to prepare ourselves? I can say a lot of what we are not doing, but we got to get busy, folks. We got to shake this garbage off, this dream off that people are in love with us as a people. We got to get ourselves together. And what do I mean by that? A storm is coming, folks. And if you don't know what's going on, and if you're not prepared, you're going to be consumed by that storm. It's on its way. They can open up this government anytime they want to. If they want to open up this government, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, that is as bad as. But man, they brought the money to the good pastor, and he rejected it. $1,200. I don't know no church that reject $1,200, but he didn't. He didn't reject it. He sure took it out of hand. I'd have took my money back. I'd have took every dime back and say I wouldn't give you nothing, nothing, zero. Why? Why I got to bring my money here for you to build you a tabernacle? You might as well make it a mausoleum, a tomb. It's his dedication. You dead and gone. You done put the church in all this debt so that you can tell your friends you got a big old church. What have you done for that community? How many people have you fed? How many people have you paid their rent or light bill? I don't hear anybody saying how many people that you've helped. All these people out of work, and I don't hear nobody making no requests. Y'all must got good savings or something, because I don't hear nobody asking for no loot. Then you go to then in some places, in some churches, they want your W-2, how much you earn. They want your portfolio to know what in the world did Jesus do this? Answer that question for me. Did Jesus do this? How much you owe, Peter? How you got, Mark, Luke? What's your net worth, Matthew? What's y'all net worth? Come on, a God that got everything, and we got these shysters doing what they doing. We can't even get anybody to come. And now, if there was an emergency, how many? I mean, I remember when the people were suffering and things, and they needed a place to house some people. Joel Osteen, his church over there in Houston, them old folks over there got all. They had money so good, they hid that money in the wall. Somebody hid the church money that was in the bag that they give to the armor car company that come. Somebody hid it behind a wall in the bathroom, and when the plumbers came to fix one of the toilets and they bust the wall behind, and that bag of money fell out. Well, see, now I would, I don't know. I ain't gonna ask you what you did, but dang, you got that kind of money, y'all hiding the money behind the toilet? Nobody said nothing. Nobody. It was just out that one time. Nobody said, I bet you that church didn't take that money and say, let's give it to the poor. How can you live high on the hog and your folks is living below? I ain't seen nan preacher come out here and say, other than one, that was Brenda Anderson on at the Pastor Brenda Anderson, Living Word Church, that was down there in Hernando praying. But I've seen several, but I mean, on the television and things like that. But I'm talking about in everyday life. Now, I commend Pastor Bartholomew Orr of Brown Baptist Church in DeSoto County. I see what he's doing and how he's helping his people. If anybody was in there, I have not heard anybody being rejected. I haven't heard any senior citizen complain. He bought, and that church bought that area where those houses was, and he put his members there. You ain't got to worry about being buried or nothing. They got their own cemetery, their own man that handles everything. They're going to make sure you're taken care of. You got a need. I have never heard of anybody requesting anything from Brown Baptist Church that did not get any kind of assistance, or they have not assisted the community. Now, that's a pastor. I don't want to talk about that, though. I ain't heard the man out there hoeing or nothing like that. Even though you know how folks, they come to church for what? Evil, some folks. do. But I ain't heard the man Cool doing what he doing to try to help, and then went over to Whitehaven and bought the church that was struggling in Whitehaven and said, we'll have a Whitehaven church for some of y'all that might not be able to get over here. Y'all can support the church close there. That's a pastor. We scared to ask the pastor, ask them for what they raised. They ain't gonna tell you. I ain't trying to knock y'all, but I'm just trying to say, let me get off this church and get back to this here, these high prices. As Mac Media 3 Productions organizes itself and get things in order, we're going to be advocating for the survival of our people. What does that mean? I'm going to be bringing people on, even elected officials, that'll come on and tell us how we're going to be able to navigate through this. The reason that I know that the MagMan Morning Show reaches people is because, one, I asked some of the guys that I know, some broadcasters and creators, have they had problems like I've had? And they said, James, they said certain times when you say if you say certain things, they'll knock your whole clock out and all of your live would be out and they'll drag it or they'll do something. So we're looking for a new streamer that will be able to handle our capacity at the right price and give us the service that we need. If you pay your money, you ought to be able to get the service that you need. I'm sorry once again to our sponsors about the system that is so wacky right now. There's nothing that I can personally do other than complain, hoot, and holler. And it doesn't seem like it's going to go anywhere too soon. Today, we're supposed to be hearing something about the Supreme Court and the Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act to see what's going on. They're still debating it. You shouldn't even be debating it. And then they got Clarence Thomas. He supposed to be the lead judge to hearing the argument or whatever the case may be. They should, now, of all people that benefited from all of the social programs and everything, because he's mad at the people of Georgia because somebody called him black at one of them. Well, join the club. Oh, black Clarence, he got mad at that. He joined the Black Panthers. Something happened, and then he met the lovely person in his life. That's what he said. And his whole life changed when he met that person. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we're in the quagmire. We're in the predicament. And the way that we're going to do, we got to come together and defeat. Once again, if it ain't for black folks voting, they're not going nowhere. We got to vote. We got to get with our allies. We got to get with these people. They may not like us. We may not get along and have our differences. But our one common goal and denominator is to get Trump and anything like him out of any office in America by any means necessary. This is the MagMan Morning Show. I'm completely hampered with the system that we have. On tomorrow, I want to give you a programming note. We will have a pre-record because of the engagement that we do have. We have a engagement that we're grateful for, the doors that are open at Mac Media 3 Productions. We'll have a live multi-broadcast day on Friday with the events that will be going on. We will be participating in a rally on behalf of Tyran Dixon, a young man that experienced a horrific experience doing absolutely nothing. We're going to have an interview. We're going to probably get him hooked up. He's in Finland playing sports, but his wonderful parents have allowed and asked us to come and to serve as masters of ceremony and to also do some media work and to handle the press for them during this time. I want to thank them for trusting me enough to come. You didn't have to do it, but you did, and I really appreciate you, Mr. James, for your invitation and and for what you've done, and thank you for your wonderful people that are working with you that have made a way for Mac Media 3 to be a part of this. This is a big opportunity for us, and I'm humbled by this experience that you've given us this opportunity. So the Mac Man will be up in the air and going to do his work and come on home. but we're going to go there and bring awareness to what's going on and what had happened, this horrific incident that happened to this young man. You got to see this and hear this for yourself. Hear it from the ones that it actually happened from. Once again, you're listening to the Magman Morning Show. Unfortunately, right now, until we get our system up and going, and I don't know when that's going to happen, I'm praying to God that it happens real soon because we got to transmit. And that's my top priority to do so. That's why I always ask our audience and our listening audience, the two of you that are here with us. See, they thought I was throwing shots, but if it's two or three, I don't know who it is. I appreciate everything that you have done and that you will be doing. Don't forget to support us. And I just put it there one time. I'm not like the church. Every time you stop, you asking for money. But we need your assistance here. Help the Magman Morning Show be the show that will give us even bigger and better opportunities to receive news and information. I want to thank all of you for being here. Unfortunately, like I said, we have no control over what StreamYard does, but we're going to get a handle on what we on this because we got to make some changes real quick. And the only mechanism right now is bad to be trapped in a thing and you can't get out of it, and your audience is suffering, you're suffering, the people in the bushes are suffering, and they wondering what's going on. Your sponsors are looking at you crazy, and it's not a problem with, it's not our problem, which it is our problem because we got to make up for this, but we got to do something about our streaming services. Folks, please pay attention to what's going on around about you. As I said, we'll have pre-record on tomorrow, and we'll have our live event, our multiple broadcast on Friday, live from the demonstration and the rally for Brother Tyron Dixon in South Carolina. We will be there tomorrow. We'll be there tomorrow, and Friday we speak. I think we speak Saturday, or we do some things on Saturday. I don't know for sure. We'll find out everything. But we know that that rally is going to be held in Barnwell, South Carolina, and that rally will be in for him. It could have been another situation where it would have been in the memorial, but thank God for Jesus that it wasn't a memorial. That is just to say that we want justice for him and for others that went through the same ordeals that he had. Thank you, everybody, for being here on this morning. I am really happy and I'm overjoyed by all of the support that we receive here each and every weekday morning. It's not an easy thing to do, to keep things together like it is, because you're responsible for them. But I want to thank everybody that supports us each and every weekday morning. Stick with us. More things are coming. The Magman Morning Show, each and every weekday morning, we've been coming on for the last 2 years at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, rain, shine, sleet, snow, whatever the case may be, broke or whatever the case may be, we still come together because this is a mission. It's a ministry. It's a mission. It's a mission. It is the thing that must be done. It's what must be done for our community. And I'm grateful to stand and to be able to do what we do. Now, we're getting ready to go. It's 44 minutes after the hour of 9 right here. And usually we go all the way, but it's kind of impossible to do right now. Please keep us in your considerations. Help us. If you would love to donate, you can. But we will be back here. Oh, we're going to keep going, whether it's 1, 2, and I thank the 2 that StreamYard let count, that's on the counter. I appreciate everybody. If it was 1, if it was no, somebody's listening. They forget about the bushes. Somebody's listening. And I want to encourage you, don't stop doing what you do. No matter what happens, keep on pushing. Don't quit. Don't give up. I'm talking to myself, too, because there have been times that I wanted to give this up. I wanted to stop. There was opposition. But some way, somehow, God always gives you an opportunity to do what you need to do. And I will acknowledge him in all of our ways. To Keisha the Stylist, to JD Scribes, to the Bond Group, Candle Dessert Lounge, to Meredith Hammer, to Reginald Jackson, Senator Jackson, to the future Senator Black, to Representative Crosby, to all of you all that have supported us. We will have your ads up. We will go full. We're going full blast with this election. Let me get this streaming situation together, and hopefully within a day or so, we should have everything up to par. Once again, this is the MagMan Morning Show at 45 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock, our preemptive program that we have. We're going to come every day, weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to come because this is our mandate. This is what we do. We ain't through. We ain't through yet. Don't give up on us. You can if you want to, but as soon as you do, we're going to come out flying. Thank you to everybody that has supported us and given us your prayers and your blessing. Thank you all for everything that you do. And remember, it's important for us to have things that we need to have things in order. And the most important thing is that we continue to do that we must do. I'm getting ready to get out of here, and this is the MagMan Morning Show. They gave me let me do the music in the background a little bit. I can't pull up any video, but that's okay. Y'all take care of yourself, and remember this: you don't have to be jealous of anybody. All you have to do is just sit back. God got enough to bless us all with. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see you on Friday. Pray for us as we go forth and go to South Carolina. Pray for us as we go, and that our trip is successful, that God will make easy and successful our way. I want to thank everybody for being here. This is the MagMan Morning Show. I'll see you on Friday morning, God willing, for another wonderful show from the rally that we're having for Tyron Dixon. I said Tyron. I shouldn't say it because it's the pronunciation. If you don't have the hyphen up there, you wouldn't know. It's Tyron. All right, Tyron Dixon. We're coming to support you, brother, and your wonderful family, your wonderful mom, your wonderful dad. We're going to be there to support them and do what we do. We're out of here. This is the MagMan Morning Show. Y'all take care. It is 9:47 a.m. Central.